Welcome to Island Tea with your faves. Keep it locked in with us for your daily dose of hot tea, only on WINNMedia 98.9.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Island Tea with your faves, Kevon and Azem, featuring Jade Johnson.
Morning.
Hello.
How you do?
Doing good, because it's raining.
Oh.
Finally.
Oh.
Grab out your cistern, grab out your bucket, well, you can't grab a cistern because it's big, but grab out your bucket.
How many cistern?
Yeah. Fill up your bathtubs. Just in case. You never know.
But
Listen, this show just started and y'all done violent.
bro,
Like,
no, we're not. We are thankful. That's what we are. Extremely grateful
thankful
and appreciative.
for the lack of water.
No, we're thankful for the rain.
Bro, this is so crazy, right? The rain started to fall last night, and it took
The
me
nation
like
rejoiced.
no, it took me like a good 20 seconds to figure out what was happening.
Right?
Because it was
Jamaica
such an
stuff.
unfamiliar sound.
The main custom.
Jade and Bala, mommy raining. I said, what?
But Jade, no, I'll understand what going on, man. I was actually,
I'm surprised you even know what it is.
but I was just about to run outside and do a rain dance.
Yeah, I mean, you could still
If
do it.
it was a little
Well,
early.
our lovely friend, said she was gonna do a rain dance for us. So it seems like it worked.
But it's definitely,
Thanks, Cleo.
definitely probably exactly what happened.
Oh boy. But it is. Oh, I've been forgetting to do my thing lately. So it is Tuesday, June 1st, and the time is 8:06 a.m. We're in June already.
Finally. I mean, May was very fast. Quick,
That
slow,
was
sorry.
saying, you're saying finally I just did like for real? Like,
May was quick, slow.
Well, no, it was quick, but I don't want to add to it. So just finally, just perception,
oh boy.
It's like, it's a beautiful Tuesday. It's the first of the month. Bills are due, rent is due,
My rent done was due. Rent was due the end of last month.
which was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Great adulting.
So to all the rent payers, may the odds be ever in your favor.
My
It's okay, we could eat ramen for the rest of the month, you know?
person social security, see?
Social security.
And if Cam can't just pay me social security for me, right?
I don't think that's how it works, right?
Why not?
You never know unless you try.
Okay, well, do your thing.
No, I say it's coming from her.
That's true.
It just popped into my mind the most when I said that you never know until you try, is what I used to have to tell myself over and over when I wanted to ask my parents to go somewhere.
Mm.
You used to have to go do that small
Like-
talk first?
Yeah.
Because no matter they weren't bad about it, but they let you go. But it's just the asking part as a child is just so uncomfortable.
And the
Like-
information diversion Divulge.
And then
I'm
trying
sorry.
to make sure you don't overshare, because if you give too much information, then it's like
You can't
then it makes it seem like you're going for another purpose, so you got to like give all kind of reasons.
Yo, this is the funny thing about it. You know what it is? That's in children said, yeah. Like, you know, we do the thing where we try to not seem so enthusiastic about it.
So you talk about
bloody
it.
happiness.
Yeah, so but your parents was watching you like, well, you know you well waga, yeah. They just letting you play out your little scenario.
Yeah, and the small talk, because you know you can't just come right out and ask. You
So,
got to get a little small talk, like, you know, mommy, what was it? Like,
Well, you know, she asked me if I could have come, so I tell her I would have asked her you. I'd have asked her you, see. I'd have asked you. And, but I mean, I guess if he says okay, I will go, eh? But, you know.
Right. And in your heart, you're like, please just say yes. Lord, let me out. I think that's why
the worst part about it is like you psych up yourself so much, like you want to go by your friend and you ask. Well, you spend the whole day working on how you're gonna ask. You talk to yourself in the mirror to get the conversation flowing, and then when you ask, they're like, okay, and then you don't know what to do because it's just like
I do skip off after.
What? Like
before they change their mind.
like it was that easy.
The thing about it is, what I can't understand now is why I don't be just seeing like little children in the road all kind of time.
That's a long time thing, Azem.
Like again was.
You think so?
Yes.
I don't know, because all around carnival time and stuff, are you looking at these kids
we
like
ain't talking
downtown?
carnival time.
No, I'm talking about night time when they're supposed to be
No,
on
but
the road.
it's carnival time, everybody on the road. Are you talking about
Well, I wasn't
so
on the
like
road at that time.
so like for instance, like a lot of people they're on the road but they know the father or the mother down by like the circus or something. So it's
Not
like
me.
come home with the mother. Come on with your father,
I
right?
ain't even talking
Or
about
come
them
on with your
things.
uncle. I talking about a regular Tuesday night. They gotta go school in the morning. And they're just on the road. Like on 4th Street, just walking down.
Well,
Trying to get in Dubai and so.
Well, remember, Mr. Wilkin told us, 4th Street is the lime. Well, was the lime back then? So, it's just tradition.
4th Street has always been the line. But it's crazy right now. I don't know.
Oh, school's closed. Remember school's
Well,
closed?
we know that.
No, I just
but
talking
we're
about regular.
we're talking about that.
And it ain't no, because the truth is there's also a curfew. So I would know if the children out. I just know I don't be out.
As you shouldn't be.
Yeah, so I don't know. But on a regular basis, the children them running around
Doing the thing.
doing the thing is insane to me. Is utterly insane.
The people lime.
Yeah, it'll happen until
5.
it'll happen. This is what happened. It'll quell down after there's some incident. Like I remember a few years back, unfortunately there was this girl found up at
Yeah, that one does still bother me.
yeah, and after that it was a big thing. Like children ain't supposed to be out. Like it's against the law
All
actually.
children ain't they're supposed to be taking people ID when they're going dance and all kind of things, which is true, because it's very strange to see kids that are underage in clubs and fits and all of these things.
Let me tell you something. That is exactly why I stopped liming. When
You
I was
never used to lime?
yes, when I was teaching, it got to a point where it's very uncomfortable to see your students in the place that you go for like recreational entertainment. Like you don't want to be in the dance looking at some girl and then when she turn around, she like in your 4th form class.
I got Shimada.
You okay? She mother in there too.
Oh, that's true.
But
Well, go tap Shimada on the shoulder and say,
not my business.
okay.
I just leave. I had an incident like that. Where it's like you don't know. You know it was a Halloween party it was a Halloween party up at it was
You done gone wrong.
up
You
Club
done gone
Cactus.
That's all like an Andrew thing.
Up Club Cactus.
We
And
got Big Blue
so
one time.
yeah,
But you
and
calling them bad names though.
and you're in there and there's this girl in there and she going on bad and whatever and thing and then at the end of the night we happened to be leaving the club at the same time and I was like, yeah man, you enjoy yourself. And she was like, Mr. Bailey. I was like, what?
Mr. Bailey.
To this day I don't know who he was, but only student gonna be calling me that the other time.
Yes.
Right? So I was like, you know what? There, and then not only there, he had like places that had like there was a little intermittent step in there, like I went to, you know what, let me go to events where there's an age limit. That ain't work neither.
No.
Because the age limit only applied to males.
Yep.
So like he had like
Yep.
BT Soundstage.
Oh, yeah,
Remember
yeah,
BT Soundstage? That was supposed to be 18 and up.
Yep.
And then you go in there
Yep.
and it's like your third farm students in there.
I used.
So it's like, you know what, let me stay home. And then I just realized, oh, I actually like this. So I just kept doing it.
Home is a vibe.
You know what the thing is for me though? I was never brave enough to actually try. Like I just knew not to do it. Because I remember.
Kevon,
being
you
on
still
stage
look,
and
you still look
everybody's
12.
like,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna take it. You know, my head and falling out, and I still look 12. Hey, it's a win.
Yeah.
But you know, I just couldn't. Not even about my appearance. Like I just didn't want to try because I was just so terrified of the outcome. Like getting home for my parents to then to possibly say, "I hear you were in BT." Like,
Yeah, bye.
the 5 minutes of the hour fun ain't worth the terror when I reach home.
You know what?
Not.
But you know, and the thing is, it's a good because they never actually did that to us. But it's just like you were so cognizant of the fact that your parents, you know, the thought of your parents are disappointed and getting in trouble with them was so prevalent that you just didn't do a lot of things.
Let me tell you
For me,
something.
at least.
One time, I think I was in college and I slept out by my friend. Like all of us went party and stuff. And when me and my friend Yasu came home, Winston locked off all the appliances.
So you ain't lame now, you're sleeping out?
Yeah. But man, sure if he understood.
Well, obviously not.
Clearly not. I just come home and I watching TV. Winston ain't even said nothing. He just come in the house, lock off everything.
Yeah.
I said,
You
oh.
don't pay the bills in here, but you want to sleep out, come in when you want.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Too easy.
Yeah, man. Simple
You want
punishment.
to play big woman?
Yeah,
Grab a bill.
but trust me, I got the memo.
There must be limits. There must be limits. Like, there must be limits. Like, even adults have limits.
Yeah.
Like, there must be limits. And if you don't follow the limits, then there must be consequences.
Yep. I agree completely.
Like, that's the issue, you know. Like, sometimes, like, this is why I hear a lot of parents saying it irks me. It irks me. This thing about, you got to let them experience. Like, no, you don't. Actually,
You got to let them go?
experience everything. Like,
No. That's what you
like-
did. Why, and look how you turned out. Why would you do that? To
No,
your
but that's
child?
the part of the issue. Part of the issue is that there's a fear of coming off hypocritical to your kids, right?
Where did fear come from?
No, there's some parents
you?
some parents like, in other words, like, because they want to be able to do what they want to do, they allow the children.
So you
No,
you don't do it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, they don't like, if you go and you say, well, I just do this, you shouldn't do this. It comes off as hypocritical, and they don't want to come off hypocritical.
Okay.
So what has happened is that they just allow things to happen, and the excuse is like, you just got to let them. No, maybe you need to
I just about to say, how
consider.
about you not do it?
Right,
and
maybe
nobody do it.
Right, maybe you just need to consider. And this is the thing too. Like, I believe that parenting, part of parenting, has to do with sacrifices, and I think most people would agree with that. However, I feel like people only see that as a financial thing, like make financial sacrifices.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no. It has to be behavioral sacrifices as well.
Yeah.
Like, I think I said to you like a couple of weeks ago, like, if sometimes you have to put down things that you might want to do simply because it's not the example that you want to set.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, sometimes those are the sacrifices you need to make.
And such is life.
You know what I mean? Like, watch you. Anyway, let me don't go down that road. See how people don't get back to me.
Again, as usual,
Okay.
because feel like we're becoming enemy
Why?
number one.
Because
Oh dear.
this is normal. Like, it's normal. Like, it's one thing to decide you want to break and stuff from your child and thing, eh? But it's like, you're going about your business, like, inconveniencing other people, whether it's auntie, uncle, grandma, whoever. You ain't left no breast milk for the child. Like,
That's wild, boy.
no, that's a real thing. That's a real thing.
I even to go to work because Jaden.
Tell them hot up some milk. Just some water is some milk.
Jaden literally is home right now, and before I leave the house, I place all of his snacks and water and essentials with his granny and in the fridge because I don't want him to not have, and I'm not going to be away for long because I leave at midday. But still, he needs things, so I can't understand, and I don't want to have my mom have to go get those things. So I don't know how y'all just leaving y'all children without things and going.
Yeah.
Jade, you're being responsible. How dare you?
How dare me?
Tell you, you ain't gonna almond milk.
Almond milk for who?
For the 2-month-old baby. For the 2-month baby.
Then you'll be like, I would say, yeah, I do.
Please don't be giving y'all kids almond milk.
Please, but did they give them cow milk?
All that.
Like,
What do you mean?
people
You
out
mean
here
the
wild in
babies?
here.
You mean them fresh out the womb babies?
Watch it, you got some.
Cow milk?
Watch it, you got some people that decide they ain't breastfeeding their child because they want their breast long.
And then they also say that, formula
What?
costs too much. So cow milk.
What? You lie. You just make up that. Stop
Yes,
lying.
you're right on the live now.
Oh my God! Stop
Oh.
lying. Azem, everybody who is lying, stop it. There's nobody out there giving
Jade,
the 2 months fresh out the
like to live in
womb.
denial, you hear?
Baby, no cow's milk.
Jade,
Okay?
I'm telling you.
I said you're lying.
Okay.
Yes.
She like to live in denial, and that's
I
okay.
have to, because it makes no sense.
How much things we talk about here daily that
This
don't
one
make
I
no
draw the
sense?
line on.
Okay.
Take off my glasses. 'Cause
This
you're
is where we
playing
draw the line. Okay then, I like it.
Yeah,
See,
play
Jade,
me.
see, Jade has a line.
Of course.
Perhaps other people should follow suit.
No. That's not happening, friend.
Oh boy.
I wonder, speaking of lions,
Yeah, and Kevon always got something going on. Boy.
I wonder how the people who can't
How I
work
get
today
in the
doing.
mix?
How what?
I wonder how the
How I get in
people
the mix?
who can't go to work today are doing.
Okay, hold on. Kevon, you're always in the mix. Jade, exactly who people who can go to work today?
You know them June 1st people, them people who had a decision to make by June 1st?
Oh,
Yes. There we go.
they're going still.
You think so?
Yep.
Shout out to them one time.
Yep. They're going
Shout
still.
out to them one time.
I agree with you, Witty.
Breast is best?
Breast is best.
Yes, I agree.
I don't like to shout it from the mountaintops because they say, hey, you got to deal with it, with whatever.
So what if your boobs sagging?
I don't know.
Have you ever not liked a girl because her boobs sagged?
Nope.
Okay, just checking.
Well, yeah.
What? You're part of the problem.
No, no. You have to understand. There's always extremes. So I like there's the extremes, but generally no, it's not a problem.
It's a boob. They
But-
sag. So
no.
what?
But Jade, I'm sure you have physical attributes for men that you like. Why man can't have the same? You see there? Anyway, continuing.
Because boobs come way after. Like you can't really see unless these.
Boobs come exactly when you're supposed to start watching woman. Like
Yeah, but
as magically
unless they're out here braless.
What you talking about?
How you gonna the boob sag? Is that a surprise?
Jade, what? Jade,
What do you mean?
little like
Unless they.
go walk up, just walk through town today
So
and
they-
tell me if every woman you see you got to guess. You ain't got to guess.
Oh, they need better bras. I'm an advocate for better bras then. What does sag on men? Witty, you tell us, because I don't know.
All kind of things.
Yikes.
What
I
do
hear
you
the
mean?
door. That means, it's soon time to talk some trash.
What kind
Some
of with
women
Kevon
go-
and this cup by? Kevon, we're really in a little flash there for a second.
Alcohol. Somebody saying some woman.
Possibly.
Gavin, what is happening on this? Listen. The lives are burning down. Somebody said we're talking about breasts. They're paying attention now.
Which you telling me to put down my cup? No, I will not, because my cup is the symbol. It is the epitome of don't mix me.
Mhm. Hey, I see somebody put up the other day on the status. 'Cause I was really about to just big up moms at the end of the day. Like you got big up the moms one time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, big up yourself, queens. But somebody was like, hey, we're going to have this lockdown and this COVID thing by. It's a conspiracy again to make sure fathers ain't get a Father's Day.
Hold on. What? Wait. But when,
The
first of
man
all,
pop up in his status, but I always finding somewhere, but
I'm so confused, right?
it's a conspiracy.
Against what?
Fathers and the celebration and the day that celebrates them.
Fathers Day open.
Fathers Day open when?
When lockdown for Father's Day? Is Father's Day a lockdown day?
Jade, no one knows yet.
Oh, so then how he gonna just say that's a conspiracy?
That's what he's saying.
Listen, relax.
That's what he's saying.
You're gonna get your teddy bear, your fruit basket, and your belt,
What?
and your perfume.
You got Fathers Day them things?
Yeah.
And your land wallet.
Your land wallet. Exactly. See? We don't know the gifts, you know.
Wow.
You and a father say you ain't getting.
Congratulations.
But you just give to your father. Is Azem talking about, you know, Azem don't. Imagine Azem carry his mom and the family carry the mom, his mom spice smell for Mother's Day. But no one carry his father? No way.
No, look, what you gotta understand, right?
He hoping for a lockdown.
No, my father, me and my father very similar in this way. Like, the celebration, I don't even think it's a matter that we don't appreciate these things and that we don't like gifts or whatever, but it's very uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable being in that position to receive appreciation and thing. Like, I know for me, I don't tell me happy birthday, don't give me gifts.
Try sneak in here and think we're gonna remember.
Yeah, like I don't do the whole post, I don't do the and none of them things, yeah. It's not that.
For me, actually, receiving gifts is an uncomfortable feeling for me. I don't know why, but I'm not the best at receiving gifts.
Bro.
Run a gift.
I don't know how to receive I don't know how to receive gifts. I want
very
it.
comfortable receiving gifts.
I want gifts, but I don't know how to receive it.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's very uncomfortable for me.
Well, so maybe that also. So with that theory, maybe that's why a lot of men seem to not celebrate Father's Day. It's not that we don't want to give; it's that y'all just don't want to receive. We've cracked the code here on Island.
So on my birthday, I have a solution. I'm going to put a bucket outside of the studio, and then you can please drop off your Prosecco gift bottles in the bucket, please.
You really think the bucket can be there when we come
Don't open it and pour the bucket in. Don't pour it in the bucket. Just put the bottle in the bucket, and then I'll come out and get it.
Yeah, I mean, he is Prosecco Papi, so on Father's Day you would expect.
No, not Father's Day. It's birthday.
But Prosecco Papi, you could get your father. You just Prosecco Papi.
The call gone. Never mind you, because at this point I don't even know what you're talking about. I am lost.
I want to touch a tea topic.
Well, you want to see if the people for talking trash are here first before we?
I don't think we have time. I don't think anything will take a while.
Sit there,
Okay.
I think everything we have to talk about can take a while. So.
Well, I mean, if you see the acrobatic surgery I just had to do too.
I'm back, like I never left. Move.
Can never left.
Hi.
Sorry, they went to break or?
Yeah, our nice and darling lady from the solid waste department, our favorite, is here.
Yeah, she's a fave.
She is.
You know, we call her and calling her what to talk to her. It's concerning. We might need to send a check.
Yeah. Also, we could talk about it when we come back because I'm missing some callers. You know what
yeah, some callers haven't been calling in, and we are a little worried. We don't know if you're done with us or you need some help.
Yeah,
we might have to send out some help.
Remember, we had a close friend. Well, Kevon's best friend actually, who was missing for like a month and a half.
Yeah,
my
friend, you disappeared for like a month, and I was very concerned. I was about to send a search party for you to find you.
And then she just popped back up like nothing.
Yeah, but she's back. So.
Oh boy.
But yeah, it's break time, people. We will be right back with some talking trash, right here on WINNmedia again. Stay tuned.
If you say you love your little dear country, try to do something positively. Be a watchdog for the environment. dump our garbage anywhere, lit on the streets everywhere. Our behavior is telling me that we really don't care. Take some pride in your country, volunteer to clean where it's dirty. Tourism development needs a healthy environment. Whenever we litter, we threaten our survival. So those who engage in it should be treated like criminals. So don't be afraid at all if they call you an informer. Report those who endanger our future. So if you really love this blessed land, this situation demands attention. Think about the future generation. Do what we can to preserve this island. The laws for littering we must enforce. We have to let justice take its course. If you are a proud citizen, you have the right, you have a reason to save this land from destruction. You have an obligation to become involved in anything which affects this nation.
The Solid Waste Management Corporation, SWMC, is working hard each and every day to keep St. Kitts clean. Our primary mandate is to collect household waste while maintaining the engineered sanitary landfill in Connery. While it is the responsibility of businesses to see to it that their garbage is properly collected and disposed of at the landfill, the SWMC offers a commercial waste disposal service with our NOSI program. We also offer a bin rental service where persons can rent large bins to do community cleanups or other waste disposal activities. Additionally, our headquarters in Taylor's Range include state-of-the-art conference rooms for rental. So when you're hosting another event, consider using the SWMC conference facilities. We want to continue serving you by keeping our environment clean. Because at the SWMC, waste matters. For more information, call our office at 465-9507.
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves, and it is time to jump into Talking Trash with another fave. Miss Lake, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Good morning to you too. Okay. Good morning to all our radio listeners. And yes, thank you for tuning in and welcome again to another episode of Talking Trash. I just want to, first of all, before going further, I want to say good morning to all my colleagues. I want to big up all of my workers, those at the landfill, the sweepers, the office staff. I just want to pick them up, right? Judith, I hope you're listening. Melissa, I hope you all tune in. Chanel, hope you all tune in. And I also want to welcome my good friend Dion this morning. Today is the 1st of June, 2021. And my word, oh my gosh, oh how time, we are really taking time for granted.
Yeah, by flying right now.
Yeah, time is slipping by, I'm telling you. Wow, it's already half of the year. Okay, if this is your first time tuning in, I am elated to welcome you to the show. Yes, Talking Trash is a weekly presentation of information and education, and is aired every Tuesday morning right here on WINN FM 98.9 from 8:30 to 9 a.m. And I'm your host, Ainita Lake, collection manager at Solid Waste. And as usual, at Solid Waste, we deal with the generation, the collection, the separation, the storage, the transportation, treatment, and disposal of solid waste here in St. Kitts.
Boom. All of that.
Okay, I was supposed to have one of my colleagues with me. I haven't seen him as yet, but I guess, he probably on his way. Anyway, this morning we'll be focusing on two topics. and that's by fly-by-night dumping and the hurricane preparedness recovery, if times permit. Today start the first. Today's the 1st of June, right?
Officially, but
season.
we had some tropical storms already getting named, So.
Oh, wow. See?
So yeah, they ain't wasting the time this year.
They're wasting the time, so we really have to, inform more people to prepare.
For sure.
Okay. Every year we. Every year we make all kind of New Year's wishes and resolution, and despite 2021 being 6 months old already, it is still not too late for all of us here in St. Kitts to have certain common wishes. One that is glaring is the wish for an illegal dumping across, is the wish to desist and end illegal dumping across the island. Our beaches, roadside ditches and sidewalk, vacant house lots, and our gullies are all littered with solid waste, ranging from coconut shell to use of disposal diapers. That does not belong there. And yes, this illegal dumping habit constitutes one of the most unacceptable and at the same time damaging and costly forms of littering this country must deal with daily. And the problem with the concrete litter that I highlighted a few weeks ago is but one of example. The complaint about illegal dumping across our island have been consistent. They have ranged from throwing used food containers and cups through the windows of moving vehicles to dumping of construction waste on neighboring vacant lots. And, we can't preach this enough. We come almost every week and we do mention this. We do inform persons to desist. Man, we have a landfill. And the thing about the landfill is that we are lenient.
Right.
If you come to the landfill for some reason, you don't have. We trust though. We don't trust. We wouldn't send you back. We wouldn't. Yeah, we work with them. We wouldn't send back. We wouldn't send you back with the garbage. Once you are there with the garbage, we're not gonna tell you you ain't got the money, so go back.
Right.
Because we want you to bring the garbage at the landfill.
Right.
And so we are encouraged persons, because this only results in solid waste management as well as private landowners having to respond to complaints and making good situation involving indiscriminate waste disposal. We recognize that this, can be costly and it can be frustrating. Despite all the warnings about illegal dumping, the damage that it can cause to the environment and the complaints about creating an eyesore, I don't know about it, but it seems like the message is not getting out. It is not resonating. People still have a mindset to do their own thing. And so this morning, I just want the message to go through. I want people to really listen because it's important. Illegal dumping is wrong. It's wrong. And I wish those persons who is bent in doing this illegal dumping, I hope they will tune in, because if they're being caught, if they are caught, we are going to take them down by the place down there. You understand? That place down there called the courthouse, we will not issue you no ticket. We're going to take you directly. It is true that we still need to undertake major national effort to separate and sort solid waste for recycling and composting instead of disposal. Such efforts must begin in each household as well as all industrial and commercial operation. We must all play a part in helping to divert solid waste material away from the guts, from the mountain, and from beaches. While we wait for a meaningful national initiative to sort recycling and reuse, we must be mindful that Solid Waste Management Corporation is the only legal entity, and I repeat, the only legal entity who operates a facility which accepts solid waste, which accepts garbage. The only one. Anyone else who accepts garbage, they are doing an illegal act. So there is simply no excuse for illegal dumping. As a small island whose primary business is tourism, we need to appreciate that illegal disposing of waste does not only affect the country's national beauty, but that it can turn away those looking for an unspoiled vacation.
For sure. For sure. That's something that I watch when I go to certain countries, the cleanliness of the place, or the landscaping.
Exactly.
There's certain places I go to and it's like you notice it.
Right.
You know, when the people take pride in the cleanliness of the environment.
Exactly. And so this morning, that is one of the things we want to make sure people take heed of. But far greater than the tourism, though, is far greater than the tourism fallout is the impact on our health. So it ain't just about tourism; it's about your health. That your health is important. Many of the material which are illegally disposed across the island can contain substances that pose a threat to the environment, wildlife, and human health. This illegal dumping can threaten the quality and safety of our drinking water. Together, we must ensure that solid waste resources are handled responsibly and appropriately, in a manner that protects the environment and the health of all Kittitians. Those who continue to dump illegally will be pursued, and those guilty of such action will face punitive, like I said before, we will face punitive penalties. Illegal dumping is just that, illegal. It is illegal. We must put an end to illegal dumping. And let me take this time out to welcome my colleague. He has just arrived. Let me help him breathe off. Welcome, Romain. Right, at this time, I'm going to, let me hold on for him. All right. Here you go. Let the people hear you.
Morning.
Good morning.
You got to sweat to get here. The park all the way in the gut and... That's good. Okay, yeah. So good morning, everybody.
Good morning again.
Yes, I'm Romain Belgo, Senior Driver at the Solid Waste Management Corporation. I'm just here to support Ms. Lake, give 1 or 2 pointers when she's finished with her presentation.
Okay, all right. There you have him. You'll hear from him in a few minutes, all right?
But Ms. Lake, we actually have a question. Someone is asking, what are the plans in place for waste management as we are now in hurricane season?
That is where we're going to get at.
Oh, yeah. They jumped the gun, okay.
Yes.
They're listening, so.
Yes, okay. That is one of the things that I will be speaking about, okay? Hurricane preparedness season, okay? All right, let me turn over to Belgrove, and then I'll come right back with hurricane preparedness. Go ahead.
Okay, you want me to touch on the hurricane preparedness first, a piece of it, or the other matter?
Piece of it, or the other matter, really.
Okay, let me touch on a piece of the hurricane preparedness. This is the times when we know a lot of trees get blown down and stuff like that, so all those people who have those overgrown trees and stuff in your yard, this is a good time to try to get them cut before the season actually get too far down, because one of the problems we faced in 2019, we had a hurricane there, and we didn't get a full blast, but we had a good bit of it, and a lot of trees came down, and one of the serious problems was that almost everybody was putting out these bags of bushes, and were asking what they're going to do with them or how they're supposed to get them to the landfill, because everybody was really overworked. The public works tractors and the trucks were all around trying to move a lot of the branches out of the road and stuff like that. So the neighbors in the neighborhood, they had a lot of bag of bushes, and to be honest, we really couldn't carry them, because if we had carried them, then we wouldn't have been able to carry the household garbage. Now, bush don't stink, so we had to make a choice to carry. Well, really and truly, with the collection trucks not really supposed to carry bush green waste, so we try to encourage people to get them to the landfill on their own and to deal with them. But some people, they hide them in bags, still hide them in the bottom of the bins. And some of the bins, they don't even put them in bags, they just throw them in the bin.
Like that, which is...
I had a bin last week there. I see the guy is one of those bins with the wheel, and they were struggling to pull it. He have on wheels and they're struggling to pull it. So when I jumped out the truck now, as it emptied, a whole lot of wet grass in the bottom of it, some garbage on top and a lot of wet grass. About like 3/4 of the bin was filled with wet grass, just pushed down, and they actually prammed them down. And just to get all of them fit. And the truck was struggling to get that empty. I told the guys in future, something like that, just leave it.
Normally we will leave things like that.
They leave it. So, and they told me that it's every week. So it's every week they've been having that problem. So they're going to have to, the people in for that bin, they know who they are, they're going to have to take control of that. And in terms of the bins also, especially those blue drums, because some people still use the blue drums. Now, they need to put holes in the bottom of them, because when the rain fall and they get filled with water, those cannot be lifted by the mechanism on the back of the truck. The guys have to lift them by hand, and ain't no way they will be able to lift those bins with all the water in it, and then to lay down the bin and run out all the water to go take up to empty it. That's wasting a lot of time, and we ain't supposed to be going through that. As well as those bins, they have the outer area is where the holes should be put, because the inner area of the bin is kind of high, it's a little higher, so it's off the ground. So if you put the holes in that, it still will be able to hold the water in the outer part. So the best place is to put the hole in the outer part of the floor, not the side, because some people put the holes on the side. So if you put them on the side, it's still going to hold a good bit of water. Until you reach the hole to run out, you're going to still have in water. So directly in the bottom, but more on the outer part of the bin. Now, I have a matter here I want to talk about. Is concerning last week. We had a caller who called in with a concern, and that concern was addressed more than once by Miss Lake, because it's a problem they've been having for a while in the Law Taylor's area. And I hope the caller is listening. I don't know if she was just trying to be sarcastic or trying to embarrass myself as a driver, Miss Lake, or solid waste on a whole with some of her comments. Because my thing is, we've been having some problem with that same area. Now, apparently, the lady lives more in the middle of that road, but it has a corner. So she has no idea what goes on around the corner before we get to her house. Now, we have a problem around the corner where people tend to park vehicles from time to time and block the road. Now, if we cannot pass at the beginning, how will I get to you in the middle? Now, she don't know what went on around there. And 2 days we went, the Wednesday and the Friday, which is their collection days, and both times we went, a strange vehicle was parked on the road. Now, one of the guys who lives at the beginning of the road, his vehicle was on the sidewalk because he knows that the truck is coming. But yet, the other vehicle was parked in the road, blocking the truck. Now, if you live in an area, you know the truck coming and you park properly, why are you going to allow somebody to come from wherever and not park properly? And you know, it's going to hamper everybody.
Right.
Simply talk to the person. It doesn't harm to ask the person, if you're going to stay there all night, please park a little better, because the truck going to come in the morning and it's going to be a problem, and the garbage is not going to be collected. But nobody wants to talk to anybody. That was the problem around that corner. But my real problem is this caller, she speaks about that problem, but the garbage not getting collected, and being sarcastic about if they should hold that for recycling and stuff like that. What about those mornings when it's raining cats and dogs, it's thundering, a lot of rain, and you come out in the morning and there's no garbage in your bin? Because myself and my guys who do the early morning shift, rain, sun or snow, we out there. We don't stop. I never heard that caller call in and compliment the guys for collecting the garbage no matter what the weather is, even in hurricane. The bosses have to tell them guys, no, the NEMA people said nobody should be on the road, so we're not working. Because them guys don't want to have a backlog of work, they're willing to work still. And when you're going to go out your way and do stuff like that, and you can't even get something as simple as a compliment, but every time something goes wrong, they want to talk about it and bring it down. That is really not good at all. It just reminds me of something that Sugar Bowl says every morning. Nobody remembers what you do until you don't do it. No, so we go out in all that weather and clean the garbage every day, religiously every week, and we never had a problem doing it. And the one time now the garbage hasn't been collected, it becomes a problem. And I'm going to compare it to down in Newport side quickly. Down in Newport side, we have a road that we only go across on Mondays because on Thursday, it is blocked with traffic. The people, they don't have any garbage basically on Thursday, so we do it once a week. On the Monday, we didn't get to collect it because one of the neighbors forgot and he parked bad. And the lady across that road, she made sure, she went and she spoke to all the neighbors. I told her, well, since we're going to be in the area, we'll clean it Thursday since we didn't clean it Monday. And she took it on her own and she went and she spoke to all the neighbors and she made sure that the road was empty for Thursday on the second day so that they could get the garbage collected because it was not collected on the Monday. Now, if she could do that, why can't this other lady do that? I remember I myself drove around that Taylor's area in my personal vehicle because of the problem we were having, and I went and I spoke to all the neighbors around there who had vehicles, and I told them, we're having a problem, we're going to come this day and that day, so could you please park your vehicle properly because it's a problem for the truck to park. I personally went and did it. I did not have to do it. I could have just come and turned back, but because I want the garbage collected, I went and I told them, move your vehicle, please, so we can pass properly in the morning. And I don't live in the area.
Right.
So if I could do that, why can't she do it? She lives down there. And the problem too, when I blow the horn around there, the whole of that area went to the office or call the office and complain, so that is unfair. One person blocked the road and I wake up a whole neighborhood. So my thing is, if the road is blocked, I'm not blowing any horn. If I can't pass, I'm simply going to turn back. Sidewalks are for just what the name, walking. Sidewalks are for walking, not for driving. So don't call and tell the supervisor or the manager that I'm supposed to drive a truck on the sidewalk to pass a vehicle just to collect your garbage. It's not going to happen. If I can't pass in the road, I'm going to turn back. So let them take stock of their neighborhood and do what they have to do to get their garbage collected. I just felt the need to address that matter because I thought the lady was real unfair with her comments that she made, and I hope she's listening. And if she want to get my number from Solid Waste and she want to call me and we could have a conversation, I'm open to that. It ain't hard feelings. I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad. We can talk about it, and in the future, if she have any problem, she could call me and we could try to resolve it in terms of the vehicles so that we have a smooth collection flow.
I think what you're really saying is that you know, the people in the area, in the communities, you know, should work along with Solid Waste to ensure that the garbage collected is a joint venture, right?
That is all we're asking. Yeah. It ain't easy. It's after 1. I wake up every morning to start my work at 2. Oh, it's not unfair for them to wake up and make the garbage there, but it's fair for me to get up every morning and to be squeezing between people's vehicles, trying not to hit any of them, and that's something happening in areas every day or every week it happens. That is not unfair, but it's unfair when your garbage doesn't get collected once. Come on, we need to work together and stop just playing the blame game every time the garbage is not collected. It's not fair.
Take responsibility for your community.
For your actions. That's right. I want to thank Belgrove Women for addressing that matter because it was really becoming an issue, and I hope not just for her only, but other persons who seem to always have their vehicle packed in the road, making it an obstruction for the garbage truck to freely pass through. And we are hoping that person will take heed and remove the vehicle out of the road. You all know when the truck is going to come around. There's a schedule. If you're not sure, you call the office and we'll inform you when the garbage will be collected in your area. So I'm hoping that, you know, the message has really resonated this morning. Yes, I want to go back and touch on the hurricane. You know, the Atlantic hurricane season, yes, it's officially run from today, June 1st, to November, I think. November, right?
Yeah, November.
Yeah, and meteorologists predict an above normal season this year. In addition to the highlighted, we had heightened hurricane risk. St Kitts, along with its neighbors in the Lesser Antilles, is facing a possible drought. And dealing with COVID-19 during a hurricane season and a drought can be particularly daunting for us here in St. Kitts, especially as the weather crisis could, you know, aggravate the health crisis. So garbage collection, it is a type of service you really think about until it is truly needed. And so it's just much like electricity for your home or gasoline for your vehicle. Most of St. Kitts residents may take the garbage collection for granted under ordinary daily circumstances. And so, following a powerful hurricane, we want to say one of the most essential need for a community to begin recovery is the reliable return of most of the vital services. That's why we spend a lot of time and weeks sometimes prior to the start of the hurricane focusing within the corporation and the annual hurricane preparation and the recovery plan. So as I continue, I would bring to you some storm preparation tips. Mr. Belgrove touched a bit on the trees, trim your trees, your hedges, and other landscaping. Make sure that they are being cut down. Do not wait for the approach of a major storm. Make sure these are being taken care of. So when they announce the storm, you don't have to worry about trying to find someone to cut the trees because they will have all been cut. Clean out your garbage, your garage, and your storage area at your home now and donate unneeded items or discard them. Don't wait until the hurricane come, and I wouldn't want it to come to take nobody's roof off. But at times you will find when hurricane passed through, the amount of stuff person have, which was, not important or necessary, then they have more garbage to be disposed. So we are saying now to, get rid of them if you don't need them, donate them or something, but don't wait until the hurricane come. All right? At least 3 days before the approach of a major storm, secure your garbage bin. Place every bins in a secure location away from open space. Do not leave them on the curb for the wind to toss them away. Stop all yard maintenance and tree trimming activities when there is a named storm with a predicted landfall. Bungle up and tie down all loose garbage trash, such as the tree limbs, your wood plank, building roof tiles. Sometimes, you have, make sure you go on your roof, you make sure that your tiles are secure. So we're saying secure these things. Place material in a location where debris cannot become a hazard to home and automobile in the high wind. Solid waste management will continue to collect household garbage according to the designated schedule until a hurricane warning is issued. After the storm, separate normal household garbage such as food refuse, diaper, regular household waste from the storm debris. Do not mix the debris, your branches or whatever break them. Don't mix them with your normal municipal garbage. So separate them because, these things, the wind, of course, once the wind blows, tree break down and things like that.
Clothes. You let the old wet down clothes.
Right, okay? So we'll tell you, secure those things properly, all right? Separating normal household waste from storm debris will allow solid waste employed to collect your household garbage more quickly and safely and help prevent odors and safety hazard that would be created by mixing your household garbage with debris. The separation is also necessary to allow solid waste management to collect normal household waste and to permit other haulers to collect storm debris in accordance with arrangement that you may make with them, right? Solid waste will start curbside garbage collection of normal household waste on the street that are possible upon approval from law enforcement. If the streets are blocked, you don't expect the garbage truck to come through. If there's restriction, the garbage truck will not come through. We'll have to wait until law enforcement to give us the green light. The corporation will expand its routes in additional areas as more streets become clear of debris and other impediments. After a hurricane or a significant storm blow to the community, there are few more welcome signs of things getting back to normal than seeing our people doing their jobs, okay? Once public safety is restored, The rapid recovery of the town and the community begins with the startup of routine service. We'll go back to normal once everything is clear. While contractors from your other companies, other contract, pick up your storm debris, okay? So management will be focused on restoring the regular household collection from the curbside. Our value to the community is not always apparent unless collection stops. Doing everything we can to prepare before and return to service after crisis is what being a good community partner, such as Solid Waste, is all about. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning. And we wait for another episode next Tuesday.
Hey, thank you guys for coming. Lots of useful information. Guys, remember, as Mr. Belgrove said, please work with the solid waste management drivers to help ensure that your garbage is collected in a timely manner. And as Ms. Lake said, hurricane season coming, take heed, prepare, and remember to always consider your waste removal and things during this time.
I love to see people start using more the garages.
Yeah, man.
You have garage, but yet people tend to park on the street. I guess it's too stressful to go in and out the garage. And why did you build a garage in the first place?
Right.
Only put the car in the garage on the night when the truck come in. The less vehicles on the road, the easier it is to maneuver, and the more space you will leave. If any strange vehicle comes in the area, they could always get a parking space. So use up garages where needed, and let's just cooperate and get the thing going smoothly. We don't come out there with intention to leave nobody garbage.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, you guys heard it here. Right here.
Happy.
Right.
That's the aim, to make sure everybody happy.
All right,
Nobody
so
like garbage around them, so we want to make sure that we clean up.
yeah, for sure. So
All right.
that's Talking
See you
Trash,
guys.
and we're going to take a small break and be right back with more Island Tea right here on WINNMedia SKN.
If you say you love your little dear country, try to do something positively. Be a watchdog for the environment. Don't leave everything to the government. We dump our garbage anywhere, lit on the streets everywhere. Our behavior is telling me that we really don't care. Take some pride in your country. Volunteer to clean where it's dirty. Tourism development needs a healthy environment. Whenever we litter, we threaten our survival. So those who engage in it should be treated like criminals. So don't be afraid at all if they call you an informer. Report those who endanger our future. So if you really love this blessed land, this situation demands attention. Think about the future generation. Do what we can to preserve this island. The laws for littering we must enforce. We have to let justice take its course. If you are a proud citizen, you have the right, you have a reason to save this land from destruction. You have an obligation to become involved in anything which affects this nation.
The Solid Waste Management Corporation, SWMC, is working hard each and every day to keep St. Kitts clean. Our primary mandate is to collect household waste while maintaining the engineer sanitary landfill in Connery. While it is the responsibility of businesses to see to it that their garbage is properly collected and disposed of at the landfill, the SWMC offers a commercial waste disposal service with our NOSI program. We also offer a bin rental service where persons can rent large bins to do community cleanups or other waste disposal activities. Additionally, our headquarters in Taylor's Range include state-of-the-art conference rooms for rental. So when you're hosting another event, consider using the SWMC conference facilities. We want to continue serving you by keeping our environment clean. Because at the SWMC, waste matters. For more information, call our office at 465-9507.
Life is unpredictable. Don't miss the opportunity to provide your loved ones with the financial protection and peace of mind coverage they deserve with the Family Indemnity Plan from Cuna Caribbean Insurance. The Family Indemnity Plan covers final expenses such as funeral costs and outstanding debt in the event you or your loved one passes away for up to $30,000. No medical examination is required. Contact your credit union or one of their approved Family Indemnity Plan providers to enroll today. To learn more, call 466-9453 or 762-2973. Visit their website at cunacaribbean.com. Cuna Caribbean Insurance, for all people.
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves, and it is time to jump into Espresso with Cuna Caribbean.
Yeah, and in the studio, Kevon, we have a very special guest, Mr. Thompson. Good morning.
Morning, sir. How are you doing?
Boy, I'm doing well, I'm doing well. I had to think about it, but when I look outside and I see some rain falling finally.
Blessing.
Thankful.
Yes.
But tell us a bit about, well, we heard an ad just now, speaking about Cuna and one of the plans in particular. But let us know who you're here representing, and let us know what you have for us today.
Okay, I'm Patrick Thompson, the sales manager for Cuna Caribbean, the OECS region, and especially in St Kitts and Nevis. Our offices are in Fort Lands, inside the CCCU building.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a number of products that we offer majority through the credit union movement and the credit union offices. There's 4 credit unions that are in the federation. So,
for those who may not know, what does Cuna stand for?
All right, it is insurance for the credit union movement. We started our movement through in assisting the credit unions, offering insurance to their members. So
right.
So it's a national association for the credit unions.
All right, awesome. So what are some of the products that you guys offer?
Currently, on the federation, we offer 5 products. The Family Indemnity Plan, which we will speak about a lot this morning, and the Loan Protection and Life Saving Plan. And the Family Indemnity Plan has what we call a rider, which we hope to one day offer on a standalone basis, but it is a rider at the moment, which covers 5 critical illnesses.
Mm.
So I don't know if your audience is aware, but
make us aware.
Right, right. There are some, cancer is a very, very. We have what we have in the OECS region and in the federation. Critical illnesses like cancer, heart attack, strokes, paralysis,
right.
And we offer coverage for those plans, for those sicknesses, illnesses, and we offer primarily are the lead product, which is the Family Indemnity Plan. Now, this family includes 6 persons. So for one premium, you can have coverage for 6 family members. And the 6 family members include mom, dad, child or children, mother-in-law, father-in-law, right? So 6 in all. And it gives you this flexibility that coverage, let's say $30,000 is not just $30,000 in isolation, but $30,000 for each of those 6 lives. So it's really $180,000 $1,000.
All right, so the way that the plan is set up is actually to cover that unit, that family unit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you go to our website, you will see a picture of the family where you see mom and dad,
Your
son.
family?
Not my own, but family members in this family, generic family, in on the website or our Facebook page. You will see it. And indemnity, as you know, is recovering from the loss that happens at the time of death. A very critical. Where I sit in my office, people come to me all the while. Mom or dad died, and we have to have the funeral by such and such a time. It's a critical moment. Myself having this today actually is the anniversary of my mom's passing.
Oh, wow.
She had
Our condolences.
she contracted COVID a year ago and passed away.
Wow.
So I said it with a little passion. Because I know that the need for it, and where I sit at my office daily, people come wondering how they can be covered. I was surprised last week when 3 nurses who are from the Philippines visited me and wanted to have coverage because they realized the need for the product, and that being in the Federation, the risk of contracting many diseases, but COVID is one of them.
And so it's important for people to think about. I'm just preparing for that time because it's inevitable, right?
Right.
Do you believe that persons have been adequately thinking about this and preparing for that, or have you seen some situations where,
despite the warning of the good book that a date of birth and a date of death is already set, many of us just move along from day to day not thinking about it.
Right.
But I can tell you that when that event happens, it stops you in your track, and there's action that needs to be taken at that time. And action that requires funding. And if you did not put something in place before, you could be in a very awkward situation. So we encourage our members and the members of the credit union in particular to take advantage of the family indemnity plan, which is insurance for all people.
Yeah, I think Kevon had a question. Kevon?
Yeah. So what is the lowest plan you guys have available?
Pardon me?
What is the lowest plan that you have available?
Okay. The family indemnity plan has 5, I would say it's a tiered plan in 5 tiers, right? 5,000, 7,500, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 25,000, and 30,000. So plans A to G. The lowest one being the 5,000, A.
All right, and so how the payments? It said 5,000. Is that 5,000 per? How is that?
Right.
now?
So it's 5,000 per person on the plan, and the monthly premium for that is $28.40. EC.
Okay, reasonable.
That's very reasonable, actually.
Very, very reasonable. And
Yeah,
remember,
very.
as I said, you have the opportunity of putting 5 persons plus yourself on the plan. So it's 6 people for $28.40
Per person.
Wow.
No,
Oh, that's just
$28.40.
Oh, wow.
One premium for the
Wow.
6 persons.
Might have to talk after the show.
We should talk. I brought some cards here with me for you to just enroll right away.
Smart man.
And so we move from plan A up to plan G, which is 30,000 for $158.40 per month. And again, as we say, that's for all 6 persons.
And how much you said that is?
$158.40.
Okay.
And remember now, the 30,000 is paid out each time someone passes away.
Wow.
So it's 6 times. And I should also mention that when one person is out, you can bring on someone else. Right?
Oh.
So
Okay.
you can keep it at 6.
So you can always take it back up to 6
Yes.
if someone is no longer on it.
Yes.
And does adding someone else incur a charge or anything, or
No,
does it change the price, or you
158.40.
just add that person and continue?
Just 158.40.
Oh.
Just add the person.
Wow.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think that's definitely
Wow.
an option that people should consider.
Well, the first time I heard it, I didn't believe it.
I feel like we're having the same feelings.
so hence my mom didn't have it, because I didn't believe that was possible.
Right.
I told the guy, no man, that nothing can be like that, but it really is so. Death, not only, we think of death as, boy, we have to bury the person. Well, that's one part of it.
Right.
But many times, like my mom, she was in the hospital for 6 weeks. So when after I had buried her, I thought everything was over.
Until you get a bill.
Until the hospital call and say, boy, you have $1 million bill here. $1 million Jamaican dollars.
Yeah, you always have to tell us, because when we hear those things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you did mention that there is no required health checks, or does age play into age of the applicants play into this? Like, what are some of the considerations?
Right. For the family indemnity plan, you have to apply before age 75.
Okay.
So 18 to 75.
Okay.
For the rider for the critical illness is up to 60, age 60, right? Yeah, so those are the two they are kind of tied, kind of married sometimes. If the nurses who visited me were adamant that they wanted not just the family indemnity, but they also wanted the critical illness.
So I guess the big question is, where can we sign up, and how can we reach out to you and get this going?
Right. I hope I have enough cards. I think I can cover all the studio. I brought enough cards here, so we take your information and we take it to the credit union. We have 4 credit unions in the federation: the St Kitts Cooperative Credit Union, the Nevis Cooperative Credit Union, the Police Cooperative Credit Union, and so we any of those credit unions you can register, and the First Federal Credit Union. They would murder me if I forgot them, But they're all good collaborators, and so. Yeah, any of those 4 credit unions you can visit and you can be registered. But I have the cards here to start the ball rolling this morning.
Yeah, wow. Well, I mean, it seems like as though you guys have so much covered in terms of the product offered, in terms of who can access the coverage, and the fact that this is something that we all have to deal with at some point. And it allows us to be somewhat prepared, maybe not emotionally, but at least financially. At least financially.
I want to make a little special appeal for persons who have, children who can be on the plan from 18 to 25, right? But at 25, you would normally have to come off the plan and have your own as a child. By that time, you're an adult anyway. But if you are a disabled child, you're a child born with a disability, you can stay on the plan, on your parents' plan for your lifetime.
Oh, wow.
Right? So we have a school here for disabled children, and so I'm making a special appeal to them.
Right. All right, man. We really appreciate you coming in and sharing such an amazing product with us here this morning. Any final words before we wrap it up?
Well, we have been speaking about the family indemnity plan and the critical illness rider, but there are other plans, the loan protection and life saving, and I just want to tell you that when you go to the credit union and you apply for a loan, the loan plan that you have is covered by the insurance from Cuna Caribbean. And if, God forbid, you should pass, we cover the loan. I have a very good friend who passed last week, and he has some outstanding loans. And his family, whatever he had saved in the credit union, would have been pretty much wiped out if they had to use that to repay the loan.
Right.
But because the loan was covered by Cuna, they will receive, the family will receive the proceeds of his savings,
right.
and the Cuna will pay off the loan.
Right.
In the case of life saving, if you have savings, we cover the savings. Your savings will be replenished. I once visited a home in Nevis when I just came here, and the father of the home had died. And I had not met the wife before. So when I went, I said to Cuna, I want to take the check or the checks to her. And when I went, she was distraught, as
expected.
Yeah. And we in talking, she, I said, well, I brought these checks for you, and she opened them and she said, what's this? And I told her, and I'm not saying she was happy, but for the husband's passing, but certainly this would have made a change in her situation immediately.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what happens.
A little financial relief.
Yes, man, that's what happens. And, I like to pay claims. Honestly, that's why I'm here. I like to pay claims because where I sit in my office and I look across and I see persons, desperate situation. When death comes, it's finite, it's definite, and you have to have the funds to meet the demand.
Right.
So we are happy that we have this opportunity to serve the nation.
So just tell us again where we could contact you, how we can find you, where you're located, for people listening and watching that are interested in all of this.
Right. Well, my telephone number is 665-6238, and I'm Patrick Thompson. As I said, I would love to hear from you. And you can visit us at our offices in Fort Lands, but the registration is done through the credit union.
Right.
So what I did like last week when the Philippines nurses came, I wrote the card like I have here for you guys to sign up, and then I took it with them to the credit union, and the credit union took the process.
Finalized the process.
Yeah, to the end.
All right, man. All right, so again, thank you for coming in and sharing all this amazing information with us. Hopefully it inspires people to really think about, what is to come, the finality of someone passing away and how we deal with that financially, because it definitely is a reality that we are going to have to face at some point.
Right.
So guys,
I just want to say too that Cuna covers all the OECS, Trinidad, Jamaica. So we want to say a little big up to the team in Trinidad and Jamaica. Melissa Massey, or my immediate boss, Anita Tuari, the CEO, Andre Goindu. By the way, today I think is his birthday. Happy birthday, Andre.
Happy birthday.
You got big boss.
Right, big boss.
Big boss one time.
Yeah. So thanks for having us, and let's do this again sometime soon.
Yeah, for sure, man. Feel free to come back and let us know about more of the products that you guys are offering.
All right.
And even just have a deeper conversation about insurance and its necessity.
Yes.
All right. Well, guys, that was Patrick Thompson here sharing with us from Cuna about the family indemnity plan and some of the other products that they have offering. But we're going to take a short break and be right back with more Island Tea right here on WINNMedia SKN.
Life is unpredictable. Don't miss the opportunity to provide your loved ones with the financial protection and peace of mind coverage they deserve with the Family Indemnity Plan from Cuna Caribbean Insurance. The Family Indemnity Plan covers final expenses such as funeral costs and outstanding debt in the event you or your loved one passes away for up to $30,000. No medical examination is required. Contact your credit union or one of their approved Family Indemnity Plan providers to enroll today. To learn more, call 466-9453 or 762-2973. Visit their website at cunacaribbean.com. Cuna Caribbean Insurance, for all people.
Cool. Energize your goals with Lucozade. Get it cool. Look under the cap. Find the code. Win it. Thousands in prizes. iPhones and TVs. Or win 30 grand US dollars for your goals. That's goals.
For a chance to win 30,000 US dollars. Purchase any Lucozade Energy promo bottle. Look under the cap and find the code to win iPhones, TVs, and free Lucozade for 30,000 US dollars to energize your goals. See website, social media, or press for details. Lucozade, taste the energy.
Welcome back to Island Tea with your favorite Kevon and Azem featuring Jade, Gwen, Johnson.
That's us. What time is it?
Gwen.
What time is it, Kevon?
The time is 9:24 a.m.
And what we're gonna do at 9:24 a.m. on this wonderful Tuesday morning?
What we are going to do is have some tea time. It's horrible. That was atrocious. But okay. I really hope Joseph wasn't listening.
We love you still.
Yeah, we'll accept it.
Yeah. Let's just hope Joseph says the same. But, you know. Let's see. Let's talk some stuff. So, man, what is that? Let's go here. So, 2-year-old Bria Atherton is expected to be discharged from the Hospital General de la Plaza de la Salud in Santo Domingo today. Well, this was as of today, as in yesterday. Right?
Good news.
Yes,
I like
as
it.
in yesterday.
I love it.
Right? After she underwent successful surgeries to treat her esophageal varices.
The thing is that she's leaving. Yeah, good prognosis. Yes.
Right. So the Pediatric Assistance League of St Kitts and Nevis gave the update on Bria's condition in a Facebook post on Sunday. In January, Bria was diagnosed with esophagus varices. I'm probably saying that wrong. Maybe. If you're a doctor, please text me and tell me. But which is a condition that causes enlarged and often ruptured veins in the tube that connects the throat and the stomach. This is a life-threatening condition that has caused poor little Bria to vomit large amounts of blood and suffer tremendously. PALS also noted that her treatment was affected by the coronavirus pandemic since many hospitals were not taking international patients. The group noted that her miracle came over the last few months when Bria was transferred to the Dominican Republic to undergo 3 band ligation surgeries. In the weeks ahead, PAL will be assisting a 16-year-old boy from Sandy Point to undergo spinal fusion surgery. A 16-year-old boy with a heart surgery, along with follow-up care for a 10-year-old girl who has a brain tumor. PALS has thanked all of the donors who supported the country's children and is appealing for more community support. They're also saying that they understand this is a difficult financial time, but donations of any size are appreciated, as well as working together to save the children. Donations may be made to the Pediatric Assistance League, PALS, at Republic Bank account number 3717, or dropped off to Harper's Office Depot, and Harper's will take it from there. But I love this. I'm so happy this exists.
No, Pal's really
people need
been
help,
helping.
and sometimes we need to help people get help. So
Yeah.
Pal's been doing it
They
and
really
continues
have.
to do it.
I always follow their page and read the stories that they share, and yeah, they do a lot of good work. So we have to help them to help us. So
Yeah, and big up all those people who have been donating and contributing in any way possible. We're seeing how those acts of kindness and assistance have really been, affecting children's lives positively. And it's lovely to see that we're hearing these kinds of success stories and knowing that we could be a part of even more going forward.
oh yes, good job,
Yeah,
Pal.
you know,
Good job.
1-1 fill baskets. So if you have something to give it. It might not be much, but it might just be what they need to assist a child.
Yep.
So do it.
And just know that your money is being put to good use.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
So what
feel
else
good
do we have there,
stories.
Kevon?
It's first time in a long time, eh?
Yeah, man, good stories, love it.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, no, my fault.
No, I don't want to read that next now because I feel like.
Oh yeah, it's all downhill from here, man. That's why I put that one first. Well, is it really downhill? No, I think the second one was a good one too. The one where we have some collaboration in Nevis.
Yeah. So the NIA and parliamentary opposition, they issue a joint statement on seeking partnership against COVID-19. The following is a joint statement that was issued by the Nevis Island Administration and the parliamentary opposition in the Nevis Island Assembly. On Wednesday, May 26, 2021, the Honorable Premier of Nevis, Mark Drip Brantley, met with the parliamentary opposition member, the Honorable Cleon Stapleton Simmons, and leader of the Nevis Reformation Party, Dr. Janice Daniel Hodge. Why is this font so small? Yeah, so he briefed the members of the opposition on the progress thus far into the fight against COVID-19 to enlist the assistance and partnership of the opposition in encouraging the people of Nevis to get vaccinated. The meeting was frank and cordial and lasted just over 2 hours. It allowed the leader of the government and the opposition to exchange views on the vaccination effort on Nevis to date, and the parties explored what kind of partnership could be forged to fight this threat together. Both sides agreed that COVID-19 poses an existential threat to Nevis, and both sides accepted that the vaccination is critical to allow the island to reopen fully and for a turnaround in the local economy, especially the tourism sector. The opposition requested, and the government agreed to provide the opposition with access to the expert medical advice and technical information disseminated to the government by the medical professionals and the task force. The parties agreed that the opposition would inform the Premier of how they think the country could best return to normalcy.
Listen,
A round of applause for our consultancy.
I don't know if this was our consultancy or just people who know that these things are necessary for good governance. But either way, I'm happy because why isn't this like the norm? Why isn't this
right?
This isn't the go-to plan for the government. I don't understand.
This is it. This is what we want to see. It does not matter who's in power. It doesn't matter which government who is the prime minister, whoever. It is the country. And for a country that's motto is country above self, this is what we need to see. We need to see political parties putting their party battles aside to make the country a better place. And if that is what is happening here, then we need to see more of it because it's necessary.
I really don't understand why this is not the norm. I am shocked that this is not the norm.
Oh yeah,
the mere fact that we have
to make an announcement.
Yeah, the fact that we have to be told that this is what they're doing, and this turned into a news article is shocking because I feel like this should be.
Yeah, because it's shocking that it's happening.
What?
That's really what it is. But I mean, at the end of the day, the goal should be the same, right? No matter what side of the political divide you're on. We're in a serious situation here, and ideas should be welcome. Information should be shared. Platforms should be used to ensure that, at the end of the day, the country is in the best place it could possibly be at. So, yeah, hopefully we see this trend happening, especially on more situations, more topics. Sometimes bipartisanship is what's needed.
And hopefully this happens.
And collaboration.
Hopefully this happens nationwide and not countrywide. So, hopefully it jumps over, a little bit of sprinkles over into our country over here.
Yeah, I think this is just more politics being played though.
I don't care. Once it's good, once it's a benefit, once they actually continue to do this and do it right and it benefits us, we don't care if it's politics.
Yeah. I think once this approach is met with good intentions and not intentions to do harm to what the party, or the government, if it's done with good intentions, it's a great step in the right direction to be honest.
I got you.
Yeah.
Big picture.
There we go.
Yeah, big picture. So let's read a gentle update because people think that the SCASPA announcement includes St Kitts and Nevis in the channels in between. So commuters that are traveling between St Kitts and Nevis are not required to show proof of vaccination. Okay, so you can still go to
I
Nevis.
thought we knew this, but okay.
Yeah, but I think we also thought, I think we would assume that people know peanut butter contains peanuts.
Bro, the truth is, that's the case, but again, it sounds ridiculous now until it starts happening.
True.
Yeah. So you must still comply with all health and safety protocols to limit the spread of COVID-19. So you can still go, but please do not jump on the people and vote and abuse and tell you wearing a mask. Just, okay. So chairman of the task force, Abdia Samuel, addressed the matter on Friday, noting that it was the subject of much discussion. As such, he communicated with the chief executive officer of SCASPA, as well as the chairman of the board. Mr. Samuel stated that they have indicated that no citizen, resident, or visitor traveling between the islands will be required to have vaccine in order to travel between both. However, please note that the non-pharmaceutical measures will be enforced at the ferry terminals. The non-pharmaceutical measures include the wearing of face masks in public, frequently sanitizing hands, washing your hands, because sanitizing over and over without washing, you're sanitizing dirt. Wash your hand. So today, I think this number has changed, so I won't say the number of cases we have. But the ferries are also operating at a 50% passenger capacity as health officials tackle the cluster that has resulted in over 21 active cases. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think facilitating the travel between Nevis, especially for some people, is a necessity for whatever reason. So glad that could still happen. Like I said, I don't want to see so much discrimination against people who may not have chosen for whatever reason to take the vaccine, so much so that it compromises the ability to just go about their daily lives.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could still go Nevis, people.
Oh, so I think Hanley Vision is calling us actually.
But we have a caller. Caller, good morning. You're live on Island T. What's up?
Yeah, good morning, man. How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, man. I was just listening to you guys. That announcement there that the Premier of Nevis took the step to finally. I think he took some measures before. He made a phone call before to the opposition, but that meeting that he had was very impressive, man. I just wanted to pick him up, and whether it's politics or it might seem like coming at a late time, I still think it's a good move, and I think that needs to be done on the federal level. And, on the St Kitts stand, the ministers them there, they need to look at this as an example. Whether they want to or not, it might be a better idea to include the opposition as much as they could. Well, I've heard a few talk from some of the guys that support the opposition, and I would always hear them say, it's never too late. So from the St Kitts side now, I think the Prime Minister should really consider this stuff, man. And also the authorities need to also look at the travel between St Kitts and Nevis, because at some point they're going to have to put a constituent plan to limit that spread between both islands. I know they had a spread in St Kitts, and I don't want it to sound biased, but this is something that they got to look at early in the game, because if the Nevis side start taking measures to block persons from coming over on those ferry boats, then they would look at that as negative as they would. But a plan has to be developed between both islands to stop the spread as well between islands. Because, I know Nevis maybe might not have a good medical plan in place as St Kitts. So if the spread happens more in Nevis, it probably can be more devastating to Nevis as well. So a plan has to go into place, because if the spread happens more, it can potentially shut down the travel between both islands and the commerce as well. So they need to develop a plan early in the game. All right, that's my contribution, man. Thanks.
All right, caller. Thanks for your call. Yeah, I mean, there has to be a lot of pre-planning either way you look at it. And I mean, there was a lot of talk when the spread happened about, like, are they going to limit even, people moving back and forth between St Kitts and Nevis. I remember when we first heard about the first set of spreads when the schools were closed down.
Yeah, I thought that was a wrap first. I thought it was going to be like, nah, y'all
don't come over here. Yeah, and the thing about it is, bear in mind that because Casper put out the announcement that they put out, understanding that the terminal and the airport and all these places are managed by Casper as well. Like, people had that question as well. So,
well, at least it's been answered now.
Yeah, for now.
For now, until next week. Yeah. So, Master of Ceremonies, what else do we have on this little agenda of ours?
Let's see. Let's talk about St. Lucia, who has eased health regulations for fully vaccinated persons. The government of St. Lucia has announced several amendments to the COVID-19 prevention and control regulation, including allowing for returning nationals and visitors with a negative PCR test and who are fully vaccinated to not be quarantined. The government says that this measure will go into effect from Monday, which is yesterday, until June 30th, as the island continues to strengthen its vaccination campaign. The government stated that it has, as of last Friday, a total of 27,709 individuals that have received the first dose of the vaccine, and 18,277 that have received their second dose. This COVID-19 vaccination drive caters to the general population, 18 years and older, for the first dose, as well as individuals receiving the second dose of the vaccine. The statement said that the cabinet of the Prime Minister, Alan Shaznet, after careful deliberation on the recommendations from the command center, he has agreed to adjust the COVID-19 protocols to allow some concessions for fully vaccinated individuals based on the protection being provided by the vaccine in keeping with the science. But it warned that all public health measures, such as mandatory mask wearing in public, social distancing, etc., are still in place, and curfew still remains, which is 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. daily.
Oh, small steps. Small steps at a time. Yikes, 9 p.m. to, ooh. Sorry, one, man. Sorry, one. I know it's a little early Sorry, wake up, man.
No curfew, me?
Yeah, thanks. Just slipped my mind for some reason. But hey, I'm eager to see if more of the countries will be adopting this protocol and when they will be doing it, how they will be rolling it out.
I think it's gone the exact opposite direction.
I know it. I know it. Oh.
Remember, you can't come here if you're not a national or resident if you're not vaccinated, you know.
Timo, I having that.
Yeah, if you're not vaccinated, and that's a big issue for a lot of people, especially residents or people who had plans for their family to come and visit them during the summer. I know that's something that's a real bummer for them. I know some people had tickets booked and stuff like that, and because they're not planning on having their family take the vaccine for whatever reason, and
you mean non-nationals?
Yeah, that's a non-national.
Oh, well.
So like for residents and things, so for instance, you might be working here, and so it's summertime coming up, and so you want your kids to come and visit you for summer, but they're not vaccinated, so you can't see your kids.
I don't know if did he mean kids as well? Wait, when you say kids, because kids could be grown ups too, right? Never mind.
I just say if you're not vaccinated, exceptions would be made for nationals and residents. So. But that's just how it is. And people who are upset, I tell them, I say, look, it's one of them things where, country's gonna make the rules that they feel best for them, and one of the persons I was talking to somebody yesterday, they were saying how, the example is like, some people's house you go to and they say, well, you can't come in here with your shoes, take out your shoes.
Yeah, take off your shoes and you keep it in place. And if you ain't like it, don't come in.
Yeah.
So. That's literally.
That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
Tim said, take off your shoes, yeah?
Don't come in.
Take off your COVID-filled shoes before you come in here.
14. Listen, that was the meme of the year last year.
14 That was the meme regionally. Like regionally, everything was 14 days.
Y'all are some characters in
but
this country.
Yeah, the Caribbean is a meme factory, a social media factory, because we just generate content left and right.
One big Netflix series.
Speaking of Netflix series, let's tune back into another episode of The Great Escape. So,
listen, you have to coin that. That is exactly what it has to be called.
I think Chuxie wish he was a great escape.
Yeah, but I ain't really went to. Anyway. What happened now to good old Chooks?
Kidnapped. One man's story on his journey to India.
That you have to put back. One man's story on his journey back to India.
Wow. Chuxie bad.
So Chuxie says that the alleged abductors included a woman.
Not his girlfriend that he went to Dominica with? That's his girlfriend that he called his girlfriend.
No, I don't think he called the girlfriend an abductor.
No. I think he's saying one.
Nobody even knows that man have a girlfriend. That's the whole funny thing about it.
Wait. Okay,
it's just Gaston said that.
Go ahead.
The man got a wife.
Chuxie says a woman he was with when he arrived in Dominica was not his girlfriend.
You think?
Oh.
So sources close to the fugitive businessman told reporters that the woman was a part of the team involved in his alleged abduction, torture, and arrest. The sources further said the woman was staying in Antigua, where she started meeting Chuxie during morning and evening walks and befriended him.
Oh, she was a spy.
She was in it to win it. Super lotto.
She infiltrated the man system.
Yeah, because they got to figure out when is the best time to abduct him.
Yeah, you got
this is the
sweetest
story.
Send out a spy.
Yeah, this is the sweetest
so
story.
So on May 23rd, she allegedly called him to an apartment to meet her. It was at that apartment, he says, when the abduction began.
Yeah.
So were you going to an apartment to meet a strange lady that you met running?
He ain't strange.
Your friend.
How long Chuxie been in?
It don't matter. Like how much time you go by people's house, like.
Not that if I meet somebody a week.
Jade, you go by them for all kind of things.
Nah, listen.
Jade,
I am a fugitive.
He's not a fugitive. He's been living there for 2017.
He was living. Let's make this make sense. So
let's
say you go walking on the let's say you're walking on the golf course every afternoon, and you and this person start walking at the same time, and eventually
No,
y'all
I
start
understand that.
walking
No,
together,
but I
y'all
thought
talk,
like it was fresh.
and then let's say, you know,
It could be the
person
same
say,
afternoon.
oh,
and all.
I'm going
People don't think
walking.
nothing.
I'm going to walk in a little hour later. You want to meet
Yeah,
me at
people
my
don't
house
think
and we go together? Sure.
Yeah,
You
like
know?
for instance, like
And then you get abducted.
yeah, that's it. You're going in.
This is a lesson.
You wake up in Dominica.
Let this be a lesson to all y'all friendly people who go to people's house. People y'all just met, you can end up in Dominica.
Bye.
So, not saying anything is wrong with Dominica, but I don't think the journey is what you want.
Yeah.
Well, the journey and the reason for being there.
Yeah. So what Chuck said happened now? The strange lady pull up on him, you know, befriended him. He went to have
That's
a cup
all
of
it
tea
said.
and watch
On
Island
May
tea, and next thing you know,
23rd,
he
she
end up in
allegedly
Dominica.
called him to an apartment to meet her, and it was at that moment and at that apartment he says he was abducted.
Damn.
So,
This is how I know
you
this
know.
thing is a plan, right?
Bruh.
Cause he only saying this in response to the Prime Minister saying he went with his girlfriend.
Right.
So how the Prime Minister know that this woman was like the whole thing just
How you know your
But
woman
not
was
just
involved?
that. But not just that. Is this man not in prison and possibly away from media? How is he being told the Prime Minister said he went with a woman?
Pigeons.
what do you mean how?
The man got radio, what do you mean?
Well, I know how, but it's
his
just
no,
like, you know,
his attorneys is who telling him
yeah,
this thing.
you know, your attorneys is like, oh, you went with your girlfriend. No, I did not. Here's how I went. You give the-
No, your attorney is saying
This is what they're really saying, boy?
yeah, your attorney say, hey, guess what the man saying about you? The man say, what?
My wife out there vex and sorry because she
He said,
hear you with
no,
Dominica
that's
with
how it
him.
works.
I thought I tried to mess up the man happy home.
My friend had to go walking, just abducted me. She asked me to meet her and just
But
snatched me.
my question is, again, this is an easy thing to figure out. You know, has this so-called girlfriend been charged with illegal entry? That's all I need. That's all we need to know.
Maybe there wasn't
If not,
illegally.
Questions I need answers.
Oh,
Maybe
it's
she
a
was in
pandemic and you
America
just
too?
end up on a boat on a beach?
Yeah.
That's not how it works. That's not how it works. There's this thing called immigration.
Is this some spy? Like,
So do we need to start putting immigration boots on the beach?
hi, what's the purpose of your visit? I've been kidnapped. Has everybody else been kidnapped? No. We're the kidnappers.
No. You don't say purpose of your stay? Kidnapping.
Oh boy. No, just be like, me, you know? Where am I? That's the first question. Where am I? Oh boy.
Imagine you black out and wake up in the next country. What?
This would happen to a man with a name like Chuxi, boy.
Yeah, bye. I think he calling us in Azem. He probably trying to defend his case. We're on your side.
Good morning, Mr. Chuxi. How you doing? You're live on LNT.
Oh no! This is the wife. It's the wife we put in. And that's a message to all of you men who like run wrong. The wife get the last laugh.
What?
He was seeing dining out and so with her. They weren't strangers or just casual.
That's what I'm saying. They were friends.
Uh-huh.
And then the wife don't want to be extradited with him, you know.
She said, I had nothing to do with
he
this.
was going.
But then she ain't gonna charge us.
Where's the money? That's the question I want to know. Where is the money? Stand for the list. I mean, in Antigua, where's the money? You ask a question?
Well,
all them billions, where the billions? Antigua ain't get none.
We can't
Antigua must argue for this year.
Well, I don't even know if he took it, so I can't say.
I mean, he ain't took it. The book say it's gone.
Yeah, but I mean, he took
And
it.
the other person who was with him, I think they said, tried already?
He's with the charge. He charged, but I
Listen,
don't
it
know.
sounds like a whole setup.
Anyway, all I want to know, where is the money? You see how Stanford, we get a building out of it? Antigua got what? A recreation ground and all of that out of Stanford?
I mean,
When they come and mess up your name, you got to get something. So I warning to all of you young men out there who like to bite. The Bible said, be sure your sins will find you out. And remember, from the garden come down. A man cannot outsmart a woman, please. Jade, you say amen, right?
Amen.
Amen. You think it is something biting now? Yeah, they playing with Jezebel.
No,
Anyway,
next thing you know,
I follow them, eh? As a Christian, I follow them. But crime don't pay. All right then.
Mr. As a Christian, sorry for all of them, but as a regular citizen, talk about your wife.
Oh boy. I don't remember it.
I said what Mr. Henry said.
I don't remember it. But anyway.
But he won it in park. He never look like he does one. You see, he lie.
Maybe the man look like that.
He lie.
And
Maybe
that's why he started running.
He just started.
Oh.
Or maybe he was.
Oh, please. I don't see people. Come on. Stop.
Because we had a conversation about.
Kevon.
But yeah, Jade, we see this all the time. You never see what people who work out every day and okay.
Right, exactly.
Khaled. This man is the prime example.
I got some prime example on the bypass right now.
Wow. Kevon, what is this every guy here? Because
Diet, guys. Diet is number one.
Sneak in one more.
Let the people win in
We could
peace.
sneak in one more. So, China has eased their birth limit further to cope with aging society. So, as we know, anyway, let me just read it because I feel like this kind people get the context of this eventually. So, China's ruling Communist Party said on Monday it will ease birth limits to allow all couples to have 3 children now instead of 2, in hopes of slowing the rapid aging of its population, which is adding to strains on the economy and society. The ruling party has enforced birth limits since 1980 to restrain population growth, but worries the number of working age people is falling too fast. While the share over age is While the share over age is 65, they're rising. That threatens to disrupt ambitions to transform China into a prosperous consumer society and global technology leader. Ruling party meeting led by President Xi Jinping decided to introduce measures to actively deal with the aging population. The official Xinhua news agency said that its leaders agreed that implementing the policy of one couple can have 3 children and supporting measures are conducive to improving China's population structure. So for those who don't know, a long time ago, China holds a massive portion of the global population. I think it's over 1 billion. Let me make sure.
More than that. India is 1 billion.
Yeah, so the world's population is over 7 billion. China alone holds 1.4 billion persons, massive portion of the population. So, and now India is right under it. So China and India both hold about 3 billion persons alone. But what China decided to do to slow the birth rate is they limited couples to having 1 child. If you were caught having another child, you would be fined or castrated or sterilized, whatever you want to call it.
That is
as punishment.
That is wild, but it's actually
they eventually eased it. They had to, they eventually, because they were worried, they couldn't keep up with the food demand.
And these resources.
Resources were, so they eventually increased it to 2, but kept it at a 2 cap limit. They're now realizing that the population is aging and there's not enough people to replace it. So they've since increased it to 3 because the population is now generally old. There are more old people than young people, which is not really a good thing because there's not enough to replace, including, work-wise. So when these 10,000 old people, retire, there's probably like 5,000 new ones coming into work. So then you have like 5,000 jobs just open, can't be filled.
Not only to replenish, also just because of the nature of economics, right? You need new workers. You need people who are going to consume, people who are going to continue to innovate, people who are going to contribute, for instance, their taxes and stuff like that to help and deal with the social programs that the government have in place. So if you have a small working force and an aging population, then you're gonna have a big strain on the social the social safety nets and stuff like that the government have in place.
They also throw off their gender balance. because was it China? I think they had more men than women, which then led to men not being able to find wives and girlfriends and all these things. So
really, I thought it was the opposite way around.
No, I think from some of the documents I've been watching, because I'm a big.
Because I know there was this place that like the women would go to and like shop themselves for husbands. Yeah, there's a park, like there's several parks in China where like women go and they basically have like, it was basically in-person Tinder. So you have like, and you shop yourself hoping to find a husband. So what would happen is, it's not that the men would go. It's not that the men would go, but like mothers would go and like meet, the young ladies in the park, and look at them. They have pictures of the family and stuff like that. But somebody saying that Jade is right. They have more. Apparently, had more men than females. But the marriage market. But I guess that's what you would expect, though, if that's the case.
Maybe that's why they have the Tinder thing.
Yeah.
Because they have options. Yikes.
No, men have options, so maybe they're marrying. Less options.
No,
sorry.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, less options. Yeah.
The women have options, so that's why they could do the whole in-person Tinder.
There's just not enough men.
Get a dog.
There's not. I think it's more that. I think that there's more men. So
yeah, there's more men. So that's what I mean. So the fact that you have more options, you could know you don't have to settle. So you could do the in-person Tinder. You date around and then you figure out because you have options. I know there's countries that don't have options. Like the shortage of women makes things difficult.
Shortage of men.
No, women. Men.
Shortage of men.
No, I mean women. And they do like they kidnap and they have arranged marriages and all these things. There's actually a country that if you get kidnapped, because that's what it is. If you get kidnapped and they marry you, they force you to marry them. You just married now. That is wild. That is. Suppose they used to do that here. Just take you up and marry you. Witty would have come for you. I could guarantee that. But anywho, somebody said yes, like St Kitts. Oh, bro. Azem, I think it's time for us to go home, actually.
Yeah, time has run away from us, and it's now it's after 10. Wow, it's Tuesday, June 1st. We are in June. Big up all the June people. Hurricane season begun. May is over. We ain't got holidays this month, man. We're not in June, man.
August.
We need to start. No, we can't do that.
A holiday in each month. These are the things that y'all need to. Anyway.
The problem I have too is that they don't give all these things days. Like everything got there now, yeah.
Just give us a holiday.
Like
we don't even care about the days anymore because we just want the break.
Yeah. This is why you need to go live in in a French colony. In France, holidays can't done. Like every week is a new holiday. You could barely get through a whole week. Every single war they had. There's like every single battle for every single war. Like there's a holiday.
And we have an Alliance Française here.
By here.
And just do a little thing and then leave because you're not doing it.
And then them other countries that have, even though they might not have holidays every week, at least they have siesta. Like where
I love a siesta and I love siesta.
Who doesn't love a siesta?
Love siesta. Like I just want to do it now. We should have a siesta at 9 o'clock every show time.
Oh, nice. I think that's called. No, I was about to say I think that's called talking trash and traffic talk, but no.
Off the radio.
Okay,
no,
so
we get a break.
Time to go.
Not the listeners.
Azem to spoil it. Whoa, it's time to go.
But guys, thanks for tuning in with us again today. It's always a pleasure. We really appreciate you guys being a part of the experience. We know we had some people who were trying to call in all day today. Sorry.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, sorry we didn't get to your calls today.
We'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah, big up the people who comment on the live. Big up the people who share the live. Big up the people who subscribe, like on YouTube and Facebook at WINNMedia SKN, and also who go and check us out on Island T SKN on Instagram.
And y'all should turn on your post notifications so you will always be notified.
Yes, do that
when we are live.
And I think you can that, and then you could also interact. Feel free to drop a comment. You can talk with other people on it. Like Gavin was telling us, he knows how to swipe left and right, which means Gavin is, on a dating scene.
Go on.
Oh boy.
Then, drop a comment. You could like the video, you could share the video, you could grab some clips, you could watch it, you could do lots of things.
Yeah, for sure. But guys, we usually say it and we haven't played it in a while, but we're reminded today. Please park your vehicles in a way that's conducive to the pickup of your garbage in your communities. This is something that has plagued certain communities, and it's like that thing, one person spoil it for all.
Yep.
When you're going by your woman.
Oh, your sneaky link. Because it could be a man.
Yeah, sneaky. So the link, sneaky link is a man?
No, I mean, you said woman when you're going by your woman, but it could be when you're going by your boyfriend as well.
Oh, so
sneaky link.
Okay.
When you're sneaky linking, park so the garbage truck
could pass, yeah.
Please.
Yeah, these are questions you need to ask when you're sneaky linking, like the garbage truck coming tomorrow.
Yeah, spread out. Organize according.
Yeah. Hey, Island Tea we just keep hitting. Hey, gems. Dropping gems right here on Island Tea. But yeah, guys, please be mindful. Better for everybody in the community. But we gotta go. So we're gonna hear now from the Duke of Frigate Bay himself, the man with $1 million smile, Slim God, aka Prosecco Papi, Kevon Hanley.
Remember, you can't be everybody's cup of tea because you is not a mug. See you tomorrow.